Hi. For those of you I haven't been lucky enough to meet, my name is Alejandro. I'm the CEO and founder of Springboard, and these are my parents. My dad is a playwright. He was taken as a political prisoner in the 70s in his native Chile. His crime? Writing and directing Libertad Libertad, a play in protest of Pinochet's dictatorship. It went over about as well as you'd expect it to. After years of torture, he made it out alive. He was luckier than many. Even luckier, he met my mom while in exile in Paris. My mother is from Puerto Rico, the youngest of 12, and the first in her family to go to college. She was in Paris on a graduate school scholarship. The two met at a theater festival where my dad pretended he had the perfect role for my mom, and she pretended she was an actress. The rest is history. Though it meant giving up their own theater dreams, my parents made the decision to immigrate to the US so that my sister and I could have better educational opportunities. It's a kind of sacrifice that only a parent would make. Growing up in a household that was short on money but long on ambition taught me two things that remain at the heart of our work today. One, a child's education involves much more than just their schooling. And two, parents' love for their children is the single greatest and most underutilized natural resource in education. When I became a first grade teacher in North Philadelphia, I became frustrated that it took my students until Thanksgiving for their reading levels to finally catch up to where they had been before the summer. This is symptomatic of a deeper problem. My school, and our system more broadly, hadn't figured out how to bring parents into the teaching process. Children spend 75% of their waking hours outside of the classroom, yet our school system struggles to capture educational value from this time for low-income kids. Too often, parents are perceived as liabilities rather than assets. Why don't we see in a low-income parent the same love, commitment, and potential we see in a wealthier parent? You know, my parents may sound erudite the way I talk about them, but to some of my teachers, they were just pushy immigrants with bad English. Many of the families in our classroom learned the hard way just how important it is for their children to have a better educational experience than they did. In their determination, there is boundless potential. I founded Springboard Collaborative to close the literacy gap by closing the gap between home and school. We envision a world in which all children have the literacy skills to access life opportunities. Since launching, Springboard has grown its reach to serve thousands of families and hundreds of teachers in cities from coast to coast. Because of you, thousands more parents will gain the skills and resources they need to support their children's reading progress. School communities will in turn gain valuable partners that are willing and able to teach reading at home. Because of you, teachers will receive coaching and support to deepen their practices in literacy instruction and parent engagement. Through the power of parent-teacher collaboration, you will put kids on a path that closes the reading achievement gap by 4th grade. I want to express my deep gratitude for your decision to join the Springboard family. Your leadership will help children reach growth goals in the short term, and you'll also help school communities build capacity for the long term. Furthermore, you're creating powerful proof points that are shifting the national education dialogue. The potential in parent engagement is a see it to believe it kind of thing. By proving what's possible when parents and teachers work together, your school communities are paving the way for a culture shift in the sector, making family engagement a matter of course. It took a long time for the education field to embrace the idea that all children can learn. It is Springboard's ambition and our charge to prove that all parents can teach. Thank you.